Hi guys, so I've got these twistable bear crayons. I brought them up in my last video, and today we're going to do a little test. I'm going to swatch, we're going to look at the product, we're going to look at like the things that the company says makes them oh so great. I obviously am not on social media very much because apparently these had their moment a few months ago, but I'm just now seeing them. So maybe you're like me and this is your first time seeing them too, or maybe you've seen them a lot and you're just interested to see what I create with it. But we're just gonna get into it. I'm a little tired today, the hair is dirty. We're not gonna stay in this face-to-face very long, don't worry. I'm gonna turn it around, like I said, do some swatches, all of that. And then at the end I'll show you some artwork that I made with them. But I'm looking forward to it, and just right off the bat, I actually do like this little case. I don't know where I would bring this little tote, but the top has these little bear ears, and it's got actually such a cute little illustration on the side. I do love that. I will point out, so there's 36 colors in here, and it came with stickers, which, never a bad thing. Now we're here for the art supplies. I will not be persuaded by stickers. However, they were cute and I am going to use them. It also came with a paintbrush because apparently these are water soluble. It says water soluble, layerable, and blendable. That paintbrush went in the trash immediately. It was not good. So we're going to test it with some water. This is just going to be casual. This is just going to be a little first impressions, a little, you know, a little play with some art supplies. So hopefully you're into that. And without further ado, let's get into looking at these silky crayons. Okay, got you turned around, and this is just some Nina cardstock that I have. It's pretty smooth. It's not like the best paper for, like, I wouldn't use this to make a finished artwork on, but I had it, I didn't want to waste it, so I thought we could just use it for our little swatch test. I'm really interested to see how these layer up. Also, I've got a little cup of coffee here, so if you hear some slurping, just know that that is what that is. So let's take a closer look at the crayons. They're by the brand Jupiter Earth, and I do actually love this little logo. I think that's adorable. They just say Silky Crayon. There's no like color name on here. I don't think there was a color name on the package either. Now, what I do think is so cute are these little caps. Are you kidding me? I actually love how just precious that is. I love anything cute like this. And they do also have like a little nub on the back of the cap so that when they're set down, they don't roll around, which I do appreciate, because no matter how flat you think your desk is, a colored pencil or a marker will tell you that it's not. Then, when we uncap them, I'm trying to see if they smell. Okay, they don't really smell like anything. And we've got this twistable bit. And it goes up and down. Let's see how much of the crayon we get. That is one downside to this. I'm scared it's going to fall out. That is one downside to this product. Okay, that looks like it's the end. So maybe like 2 inches of crayon. So you don't get like the full barrel's worth of product, but I mean it's pretty, like, it's not like super thin or something. But that is one downside I find to a product like this, is that, like, if it matters to you, this is a lot of plastic. And you're not getting the whole thing, and it's obviously not refillable. So I don't know if that's important to you. It's just something to keep in mind. I mean, they make lots of crayon products, pastel products that are just in a like a wrapper, you know, like think about your any oil pastel. They do say that this is good for keeping your hands clean, which if you're using them for kids, I think that would be good. It does say that it's non-toxic, and I'm seeing if there's anything else. It says washable, food grade wax. So I mean, obviously I'm no expert on this product, but it does say it's good for kids, just not 0 to 3 because of the choking, like the cap and things like that. So we're just gonna kind of swatch away, maybe chat a little while we do this. This isn't anything super, you know, professional or whatever. Okay, so I have done a brief swatch. I've swatched 3 colors so far, and these are actually so smooth. I've never done oil pastels, and I don't do a lot of products. Like, I've never used gelatos. I've never used anything quite like this. So my comparison, my reference is going to be a little off, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one at a time, not in any particular order, and then when I'm done, just throw them in the little tub. So here we've got a brown color. It's kind of like not the prettiest color if you ask me, but it's for somebody. I do like this one though. We have this kind of red tone purple. And one thing about these products is like if I could compare it to anything, it almost feels like you're drawing with lipstick or chapstick. You know, like, it's so super smooth. And one thing I do like is that, I mean, I'm using fairly light pressure because this is obviously a soft, material on this product. But it's not gumming up really quick and really easily. Ooh, I like this color a lot. I like it with that red too. I have kind of an interesting thing I'm going to do to test these too. So my artwork, it's very illustrative, it's fun, it's colorful, but I tend to draw fairly small, and so I feel like a product like this, it's going to be really hard to actually use and get in any details because I just don't draw big enough. Side note, I do really like that pink. I think that's a pretty shade. I'm actually not too bummed about these colors so far. I think they're kind of nice. But yeah, I don't know that I could necessarily use these to color in my characters, because I can't get any fine details, and I wouldn't want to sacrifice a sharpener on these, and I don't think it'd really be necessary. You will wear it down. Like, you can see it's a bit tapered, but it will wear down and be pretty blunt. So what I am planning to do is, there's this artist I really love. She used to post on YouTube. She used to post on Instagram. I don't really see her post at all anymore. But her name was Chelsea Gracie, I think. I'll try and remember to put her info down below. But she did these cool illustrations where she would draw a character, and then on the background, it'd be all black basically, and there'd be maybe little elements of pops of color, like a flower or something like that. And so I want to do that type of illustration. I'll put up a picture too of kind of what I'm thinking for that. How to give you an example, and then I can kind of show you at the end. But while I wouldn't necessarily use these for like a professional, I don't want to say professional because I think that's kind of like not the word I want to use basically. Oh, look at that seafoam green. It's like neon basically. I guess I just wouldn't trust this product enough because it is like more of a fun, affordable product. Oh, this one's really neon too. I don't know what the lasting power of the pigments is, how they'll wear over time. Will they like degrade kind of weird? I just don't know. But it could be something that is either just for fun art, like there's totally a place for that. I have a whole fun art journal that it's like those paintings are bound in there. They are not going anywhere. They're just mine to keep. Okay, another really pretty pink. I feel like pinks are hard, and this is like my favorite type of pink, like a cool toned pink. I love this one. Okay. But like I was saying, what this could be fun for, at least for me, is to see if I like doing that kind of style, and then maybe invest in a couple of oil pastels that I know, are in colors that I would really use or like. So these are just for fun. And on TikTok, they had offered to send these to me for a little review. And obviously this is on YouTube, but I thought, why not? Why not do it over here too, and I can continue to share over there other thoughts I have. But for a long review, I just wanted to do it here. You get a cool and a red, cool red and a warm red, which is cool. It's cool. It's nice. But I do quite like the colors so far, and I'm noticing like it fills. This isn't a very toothy paper, but it does fill any tooth that's there really easy. And these are my kind of colors. I like bright kind of. I'd call them kindergarten colors. That's my kind of scheme. So I like that. One that I've been holding off on trying is there's two here that look like they might be kind of metallic. This one looks like it could be. It's either, I can't tell exactly, but it might be a little metallic. Oh yeah, this is like honestly my least favorite kind of gold color. It's not super shiny. There's no good way to turn it to the light, but it's got that gold tone to it. And then this one is like a warmer gold, almost like a bronzy color. And yeah, again, these, they don't have any shine, but they do have like that right color if you're trying to get that effect. As for opacity on these products, I'd say they're like semi-opaque. I mean, they're definitely covering up the page, but they're, you can still see some of the paper underneath, if that makes any sense. Okay, the white I'm not going to test because we're on white paper. That just doesn't make sense. Maybe I'll draw over another color. As for the black, though, okay, that's not bad. I feel like I'm seeing some, like, greeny blue undertones, and not in a bad way or anything, just what I'm noticing. I feel like we have a lot of greens. Actually, I'm really not mad about this color palette. Like, I don't know how well it's showing on camera, but like there's some colors that are kind of similar, like these two, but they're distinct enough. These two are pretty similar too. They're distinct enough where I don't feel like there's a lot of waste in the colors. That's a very pretty blue. I think I might use that. I don't use a lot of, would that be turquoise? I don't use a lot of that, but I want to. Alright, yeah, I apparently have all my blues to the end. Again, another green. I don't know why, it just feels like there's so many greens. I have this one plus one more. I'm gonna count that. So there'd be, we'll swatch this first. This one looks very similar to this. Let's see how it swatches. Okay, now those two are really similar. I'm gonna swatch that next to it. It's like so very, very minutely different. Like this one's slightly darker, but that's the first one. So for greens, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which for 36 colors is kind of a, okay, wow, that one is like highlighter. I don't even think that's showing up on camera. It's definitely neon. It's kind of cool though. I don't ever use neons. This one's kind of a maroony. Ooh, no, it's like plum. That's pretty. Yeah, with my purples, I definitely like them to lean more red than blue. No, not, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Okay, now I have a peachy apricot color. Like 2 colors left. You can see these swatches go really fast because they're just so, well, silky. Okay, another bright yellow. I'm interested to see, like, with the yellows, if I drag it over the other colors, will it, pick up on the, you know, the barrel. I don't, or not the barrel, the product though. And when I touch it, it's not like messy. I mean, you can see a little came off of my finger, but not much. When I rub my hands together, it does have that kind of like if you've ever gotten deodorant on your hands. I don't know if that makes sense, but so what I'm gonna do, you can like pick it up. And I don't know if these dry down or not. I am going to go over this first one we did. And you can see, okay, I do like the way those layer. That's kind of fun. And you do get a little on there, but really not much. I mean, you can see if I try and clean my crayon off, there's a little bit of green that came out. I'm going to twist it this way. But you got to do it down here. Okay, and that's as low as it'll go. Like, basically how you get it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna test like the water solubility, and I'm gonna start with like one of my older ones that's had a minute to dry, and then I'll do a fresh swatch and we'll see. And you might be wondering why I'm using this tiny little brush. I have other brushes. I have 3 other brushes. I don't have many, but this is just like my brushes. They're travel brushes. They're by Fumui or something like that. I usually have them linked below, but I just don't want to worry about the wax on these. I'm a little scared, if I'm being honest. I don't know how it's gonna clean up. Maybe I should have kept that one brush, but I'm just going to use this one because it just came with my travel set, so I'm not really bothered if it, you know, I don't end up getting to keep it. Okay, so I don't think any of us were expecting like a Neo Color 2, right? And this, like I said, isn't the best paper, but these definitely are water soluble. And what if I just bring it around into other colors? Oh, I made the ickiest color. Okay, but not the best, not the worst. I'm a little surprised at how like water soluble it was. And now I just want to do a little more layering test. So I think what I'll do is I'll do a couple colors, like kind of 3 circles layering, and then I'll do like a blending circle and try and find some primaries. So I'm just grabbing random ones right now. We'll do blue. You know, let's do like analogous colors. We'll do blue. We'll do that pink I really liked. Let's see. I do actually really like, I think, and again, I don't use a lot of products like this, so this might just be what they all do. I really like that when I layer on top, the color underneath doesn't go anywhere. I find that really nice, because you get this cool transparent effect. And these are all very pastel that I'm using, so maybe we can do a layer with like a dark color and a light color on top. But going in with this purple, they all seem the same too, no matter what the color is. Like the blue feels the same as the pink, which feels the same as the purple, which feels the same as the green or the yellow, whatever. Okay, this one layered kind of gross though. Just as I was saying, they're all the same. I don't like the way that layered because it feels patchy and it felt like it was resisting a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dark blue now, and we're just going to do a little square here. Yeah, I like that they come tapered, but I mean, once that wears down, you're not going to have a bunch of control. Maybe that's where them being water soluble comes in handy. I don't know. I don't really get why they need to be water soluble, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like they're good just like this, and I would rather they dry down. That's another thing I'll test, is the dry down, like in, you know, like a couple of days. If I rub my finger over it, is it gonna smear like that did? I don't know. Let's see. So we have dark blue that I just laid down, and I'm taking that super neon yellow, and I'm just gonna go right over it. Oh wow, okay. That is actually kind of cool looking. Let's see if I can continue to blend it. That's the other thing, you like get a weird level of blending. Okay, that really picked up. Now granted, we have a super dark color and a super light color, so I don't think it should have gone any other way, but I do think you actually get a really cool effect. It was really easy to clean off. I like the way those mix though. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do for the swatching test is I'm going to just pick out some of the more primary colors. I think I'll go for this red, which was this one. It's like a cooler red. And we'll start with that. And then I'll grab a yellow, I think. And then if we need to bond it together with a little orange, we'll see. But yeah, we do get some blending actually. That blended really pretty. I'm not mad about that. Going with a little more red. And then go back with our yellow. This always looks like MasterCard to me. You know, like the logo. I was just saying how much I like that logo. I don't know why. Okay, and then as for the blue, you know, we should do that one, but I want to do this color because I like it. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay, and so we'll do our little blue dot here. Carry that around like this. Go into some yellow, see what kind of green we get. I will say, like, these are definitely feel like kind of pastel-y. Like they have some, I don't know what they're made of, but they're not like perfectly transparent, so I'd imagine there's some sort of like white base to them. Like they're semi-opaque. Maybe they're not though, I don't know. I like know zero things about this. But I feel like they layer into kind of pretty colors. Now we're doing a warm blue and a warm red, which isn't going to give us probably the prettiest purple, but let's see what we get here. Oh, I still had some green on there. It's okay. Blend, 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 blend. Okay, not an awful purple either. Guys, I'm like, I don't know why I hate to say that I'm a little impressed. I guess I should just be happy that I have something that is fun. Like I said, I don't know that these have like a place in the artist's life other than just something fun. And I don't mean that in a controversial way. I just mean like a play product. Like I think that is just as important as like our, you know, finished artwork that we would sell type of products. Like, you know, your whatevers. But these are fun. These are great experimental products. If you feel precious with your art supplies too, like these I think were maybe $10. I don't know. I have more to look up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and create a finished artwork, playing around with these, layering, just having fun. And I'll update you with how that comes out in the next part of this video. Okay, I just have you in handheld right now. Hopefully I'm not covering the microphone, but these are some swatches I did, I think, 2 days ago. And you can see it doesn't smear, so they do dry down. Now I don't know if it changes like if you do a super thick layer on them. Sorry that this is just like the worst camera angle, but I just quickly wanted to say that like you can tell I'm pressing hard, and nothing's coming off of my finger, so they do dry down, just FYI. Alright, so to finish out this little review, I did like this illustration in watercolor and pen, and then I went around and added some colors to the background in her dress. Now, before we say anything, let's address the background situation. Is it a little vomity? Is it a little ugly? Yes. Is it a bit muddy? Yes. I didn't find that these layered all that well, and you really do notice their transparency when you layer. But because it's slick, it has just nothing to grab onto. So I do think it would layer better if you let them dry. But when I'm using a material like this, I want to be able to cover ground kind of quick. But I did like the effect they got on her dress. I thought it was fun. And again, a lot of this is like the way it looks partly is my fault, right? Like I mixed yellow and purple and red and green. Like those are totally contrast colors. But I just kind of wanted to play. I wasn't too worried about how it turned out. This was just a fun piece anyhow. Like, it was just going to go in the portfolio of, you know, art that I don't know what to do with. I did notice that they wore down semi-fast. You know, I'm using a textured paper, so there is that. But I did only have to, like, twist it up once with the purple that I used to cover most of the ground. You know what I liked about these, though? This is my favorite thing. Is that I just felt like I could play. I didn't feel precious. I didn't even feel like it just drew up this simple character. I just didn't feel like I had to worry. And it pushed me outside of my comfort zone. Like, yeah, I wasn't able to get super close. And I could always go in with another material or, you know, base it with watercolor. I just didn't feel like it. And it pushed me out of my comfort zone. It made me try new things. And I thought that was super fun. I had a blast while doing it, quite frankly. So that, I think, kind of finishes up the review. And there's just a couple globs, not globs, but little specks here. I don't know how those will dry. We'll see. But as for now, would I say run out and buy it? No, I wouldn't. If you have it, though, I think that you've got a fun art supplies, and I do think that this is encouraging me to maybe play around with more like similar type of products, like I saw a Montmart water soluble oil pastel that could be really fun, or like a gelato, something like that. So other than that, those are kind of all the thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this little review on the Silky Crayons. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know. And other than that, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Alrighty.